Hello students, I am Dr. J.S. Martolia, lecturer in biology. Today's topic is structure of angiospermic flower. First of all, let me draw a diagram of a flower. This part which attaches flower to main axis or a branch of a plant, it is known as pedicel. This is the first part. Number one is pedicel. Then it is followed by this is thalamus. Thalamus is a part, or you can say it is a base where all the other parts of flower they are attached. So you can see here a stamen, a carpel, a petal, a sepal. These parts are attached to this part. That is why this is known as thalamus. So second part is thalamus. Then third part is calyx. This one is the calyx. Calyx is a group of sepals, or you can say that sepals all as a whole is known as calyx. This is a group. A unit is sepal, and mostly it is green, and its function is to protect the inner parts of the plant, inner parts of the flower, particularly when it is a form of bud. Then it is followed by fourth part, corolla. Let me draw a diagram of corolla. One unit is known as petal. I have drawn 4 petals. You can see here. So one is petal, and all the petals collectively they are known as corolla. And the corolla, it is colored. It is very attractive. The function of this corolla is to attract the insects, because when insects come to corolla or the flower, then in insect pollination, or it is known as entomophily. Then entomophily or insect pollination. Insect pollination takes place. So this has the important role, and now it is followed by the fifth one. Fifth one is androecium. Androecium is a group of stamens. Group of stamens is known as androecium. This is one filament, and this is known as anther where pollen grains are formed, and this is known as filament. This is known as filament, and all these filaments as a whole are collectively known as androecium. This is the male part, and pollen grain is formed inside the anther, and when pollen grains or microspores they are formed, they are shed from this anther or the pollen sac, and it reaches stigma, which is the topmost part of the carpel, which we are going to draw here. So though this is the male part, now next is the sixth part, or this is known as gynoecium. This is gynoecium. Gynoecium is again a group of carpels, or sometimes it is known as pistil. So gynoecium may have one carpel, it may have two carpel. When it has one carpel, it is known as monocarpally. When it has two, it is known as bicarpellary. Similarly, it may have 3, 4 or 5 carpels. A gynoecium sometimes may have single carpel. At that point of time, even single carpel is known as gynoecium. So let me draw a diagram of a carpel. So this is carpel, and this part, uppermost part, is known as stigma. This is the place where pollen grain reaches, and this part is known as style, a tube-like part, and this is known as ovary. This is ovary, and inside ovary is we have ovule. What happens is that ovary changes into fruit. Fruit is nothing but a ripened ovary. When it gets mature, it becomes mature, then it is changed into, it converts it into fruit. And ovule inside this part, when it changes or when it converts, it becomes seed, which is responsible for next plant. So these are the parts of a flower. Actually, in plant kingdom, only angiosperms are the plants which are having flowers. Although the male and female reproductive structures and parts are found in other plants also. Seeds are also found in other group of plants, like in gymnosperms, which is another group of plants. It has seed, but it has no fruit. Naked seeds are there, no fruits are found. Here also we have, when we say androecium or the stamens, these are microsporophylls. Another name is microsporophyll. And same way this gynoecium, this is also known as megasporophyll. This is also known as megasporophyll. Same, these two terms are also used in case of gymnosperms, but there no flower is found. When we use this term flower, it indicates the presence of certain parts, like we have calyx, we have corolla, we have androecium, we have gynoecium. In gymnosperm, we do not have calyx like corolla like structure, we do not have petals, we do not have sepals. And in gymnosperm, that is the reason air pollination takes place. No insect pollination takes place. One part we have forgotten, I am mentioning here, that is seventh part is apharenth. Apharenth is also a part, not in all the plants, all the flowers, but in the species of certain plants, apharenth is found. What happens is that sometimes calyx and corolla, they get fused, in a way that it is very difficult, or it is not possible to differentiate. It is not possible to say which part is calyx and which part is corolla. When it is colored, the unit of variance is known as tepal. Its unit is tepal, means tepals, all the tepals collectively known as perianth. When tepal is colored, it is known as pteloid. When it is colored, it is known as pteloid, and when it is colorless, it is known as cephaloid. And inside the ovule, when we cut the transverse sections, we can see the arrangement of the carpels, how these carpels are there. If one is there, one carpel is there, you may have a different picture. If you have two, different. And in the same way, if you have 5 carpels, then different diagrams you may draw. And this is all about the flower, which is of course angiosperm flower. So that's all for this video lecture. Watch my next video also. Thank you very much for watching this video.